These two pinball machines are up for sale on eBay and Craigslist right now, in the Santa Maria area Craigslist, and also Facebook Marketplace. When both are sold, I'll take the video down off of YouTube. I'm going to go through the Lost World first, show you everything I've done to it and its working condition, and then I'll go through the Speakeasy. So if you're interested in the Speakeasy, go to about halfway in this video. Starting with the cabinet, a few small scratches, but otherwise real good original shape. I have gone completely through these, shopped them out, and I'll show you the insides in a few minutes. Let's look at the back glass of this one. It is not perfect, but it's very good. I'll point out the most obvious flaws. We have some bubbling up here, but no flaking. The paint is still there. A little bit of bubbling starting in this area and right up here. There's a little bubble and a little bit of paint loss. So you can see the yellow. You can paint that with black and it would look perfect. Other than that, glass is in excellent shape. There is rust on the lift rail. Here's the back side of the back glass. There's that bit of paint loss top center. You can paint black. Otherwise, got a little bit of bubbling here. A couple tiny spots right there. Now looking at the headboard, all the lights are working, all the displays are in really good shape. We'll look inside the headboard. We have a brand new Alltech CPU board, and the rest of these are in great shape. Every single board has been completely checked out, verified that it's working 100%. I have checked the voltage. The secondary high voltage here for the display is 194 volts, so the regulator is working. Here, your power supply. All the voltages are good. All of the instruction cards are still inside the headboard. You can see it's pretty clean in here. No rust or corrosion. All the connectors in good shape. Everyone's been cleaned. All of the pins on the connectors that go into the PC boards have all been soldered on the back side, so if you know your pinball machines, they can get loose connections here from years of flexing. All of the pins have been resoldered. Comes with the original headboard key. The front door locks have been replaced. These are new. You have one coin mech here, missing this one. You can grab one and put it on pretty inexpensively. Coming around the back side of the machine, the upper headboard is very clean. The lower back, somebody has drilled a whole bunch of vent holes. So you can't see it when it's up against the wall. It's an area about 4 inches square, but those are all vent holes somebody drilled into the cabinet. For paperwork, we have all of the board and wiring schematic diagrams, the manual for the Alltech CPU board, and a printout of troubleshooting electronic pinball games. Top glass is in pretty good shape. There are a few minor scratches, kind of hard to see in the video, but just a couple scratches right there. Now let's take the glass off and take a good look at the play field. This glass, it came off of the machine and it fits the machine, but it's a little narrow from here. If it's seated all the way in, it's like just barely hanging on here. I don't know if it was replaced at one time, but the glass should really be about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch wider to really sit in here easy. So it still works and it's fine if you want to keep it, but if it was mine, I'd probably get a new top glass just a tiny bit wider. So realize that you have that, but it works fine as it is if you don't want to replace it. All of the playfield plastics have been cleaned up. We do have a few breaks or cracks in a couple of them. There's a break in this plastic coming down. These all look pretty good. That one looks good. The apron is in good shape. This plastic seems fine. Coming up here, look okay. So the major, or the one major problem I see is in this one right here. Everything else I think we're in pretty good shape. All of the rubbers have been replaced, they're all brand new, and if you look at the play field, to me it looks like a day one Mylar was installed, as they call it. Mylar has been on the play field since day one, because I see literally no wear on the play field at all. It's not like it had wear and then they covered it up to prevent any further wear. Play field is really, really clean. The 1000-point bumper cap has a little bit of burn right here, a little bit of deforming in the bumper cap, just barely. The two 100s look great. And now let me start up a game so you can see that everything on the play field works. Alright, and so I'll just manually hit stuff. Here's our B, A, rollover, bumper caps, spinner, lights count up properly, advance the bonus, we're up to 9,000 points, slingshots, and both those lights went out. Now the D and the E. Alright, gets a special lit up. Here's the knocker. So, extra ball here when I get this up at top. Alright, shoot again. So, if I lose the ball now, I got 5x, so it's going to count it 5 times. Alright, and this is shoot again, so I'm still on ball 1 over here. I'll lose the ball, go to ball 2, get some points, lose the ball, go to ball 3. And getting the saucer, show you the saucers work. Alright, that saucer's good. Alright, these lights are counting up. Game over, 3 balls. But you can set it to 5 balls per game. Set it for whatever points you want to get the high score or replay. This is currently set up like the score says, so it's all set to go. Get the machine home and you can play it right away. Alright, going through the self-test, I just pressed the button the first time, so now we're checking all of our lamps. I have ball in play, high game to date, match, the game over, tilt, same player shoots again, your 4 players, and player that's up will light. Alright, and then on the play field, A and B works, all of these work. So all these, every light works, every light's been checked. Burnt out ones were replaced. And now if we press it again, we go through all the displays. Every digit on every display is functioning. Okay. Every solenoid. Okay, that number 10 was the coin door and 11 was the flipper relays. Listen, number 11, you heard it. All right. Sound test. And then we go into any stuck switches. And here's the first replay at 190, just like it says. 340 and 480. So next replay 340, 480. So everything's been set up. Alright, I'll play one ball so you can see it in action. Nope, lost it. Taking a look inside, under the play field, very clean. Most of the parts are original. I don't know if any of the coils have been replaced. So a lot of them still have the Bally logo on them. That one looks like it was replaced at some time. I cleaned all the contacts, did not replace any, so they're all still original. Do have wear on them, pitting, but they've all been cleaned up. Inside the play field, or excuse me, inside the cabinet, super clean. A little speaker there with no damage. Your tilt mechanism here works. The one underneath is missing the plumb bob. You buy one of those for like $5. And that's the Lost World. So if you have any questions on this machine, get a hold of me at GameRoomRepair.com. You can give me a call at 805-937-8881 or send me an email through my website and ask me any questions you have about this machine. It is for sale, as is where is. I just showed you that everything works, but I'm not responsible for any damage due to shipping. You need to arrange all your own shipping or come and pick it up here locally. No problem picking it up from my house. But otherwise, it's your responsibility once you buy it. So please ask all questions before bidding on my auctions or buying it from Craigslist. Thank you, and now we'll move on to Speakeasy. Taking a look at the play field. It's in pretty good shape. We do have some wear down at the slingshots where these protectors are put on. You see right in there compared to this side. Other than that, pretty clean play field. All the rubbers have been replaced, and plastics, that one's good, this one's good. Down here we do have one break right there. There's one break right there. And that's about it. Oh, a little chip right there missing. Apron's in good shape. The high scores to get free games is properly set. Looking at the cabinet, this is using an older Altec MPU replacement board. One of the first ones that still needed batteries. So right here I put a little label that the batteries were installed in June of 2019. So I'd recommend in about 2 years from now replace those batteries. Now this side of the cabinet is also in pretty good shape. Front door, oops, I just started a game. There's the front door for you. And these drop targets, the cards, you can see they do have some wear on them. But since I started a game, let's show you that everything scores. Every switch has been cleaned and checked and adjusted. Yep. And that reset it, so that one popped back up again. Watch. I get all these. See? There it comes back down. All right. And all the lights are working. Roulette wheel's working. Up here, if I get them in sequence, what that's going to do, get the last one, see, it steps up. So this is an add-a-ball where you start with 3 balls per game. You can actually step it all the way up to 9 balls. So if you're good on this game, you can play for quite a long time, because each new ball you have the ability to win more balls. And down here in the roulette wheel, when you spin the wheel, you can either add a ball at the end of each ball when you lose it, or actually if you get in here you'll subtract a ball. And you can have 1 ball left and get in, subtract a ball, and boom, even with 1 ball remaining, the game's instantly over because it subtracts it from you. So that's no fun, but part of the gamble of playing the game. So continuing on, checking a couple more features. Here, we'll get through this. And interesting, going through the outside lanes, you get to keep playing, but if you go through this lane, it drains and you lose it. Here's the spin. Look at that. Subtract a ball. So if you would have been looking up here, it was 4 and it subtracted to 3, just like that. Alright, the flippers, nice and tight. New rubbers everywhere. Let's look at this lit up spin the reel, so I'll drop it in. Again! Look at that. Just subtracted the ball. Alright, let's see what we get on this side. Spin! Oh, 3,000. So just added 3,000 points here. Coming up and looking at the thumper bumpers. Everything works good. Get it through the lane. All right. I'll play a ball so you can see it in action. What do I get? 15,000. Alright, I got one left. Playfield's pretty fast. I lost that one. Yeah. So let's see, can you see up here? Let me show you the headboard. Notice how it says I have 0 balls left to play, but if I get all of these targets in sequence, I'll get extra balls. So it doesn't matter which way, this way or the other way, still in sequence. If I get out of sequence, this light will stop flashing. But okay, there I'm 0. I'll get in sequence, and look, it gave me a ball. So that's a neat feature that you're trying for. I'll go out of sequence. I'll start this way, all right, and notice how it went out. All right, so sorry I was wrong. The sequence has to be from left to right. Alright, it's special when lit. So now if I go in sequence, I should get both an extra ball plus a free game. Alright, still in sequence. Still in sequence. So I should get a free game, and this should go to 2 balls. Oh, you hear that bang, bang, bang? That was for the ball that awarded me plus the extra game. And see, if here's flashing. If I get any one of these in the middle, it goes out because I'm out of sequence. Now up here, just add a ball when lit. So if I get all of these, there you go. It went up. Now here says cards in sequence. So I'm going to get a free game plus add a ball. Look at that. Actually added a couple balls. So again, you can get way up there and have 9 balls to play if you're really good at this. And a special over here, I'll lose the ball and get a free game. Look at that. Now it's going to spin. And I got 15,000. And the interesting thing here is it says ball 5, but it goes to ball 4 once I've actually gotten the first point. So it's still ball 5. Get this up here and then watch. When you get through the first point, then it subtracts to 4. A unique feature this game has is this red button. I think it's called the sacrifice button. It's just above the flipper button. And what this is for is you can sacrifice 25,000 points if you're close to making your sequence and getting extra balls awarded. So I'll go in sequence. And notice the light's still flashing, meaning if I get it in sequence, I'm going to get the extra ball or 2. But if I get out of sequence by getting this one next, notice that stops flashing. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to lose the ball and let it get ready to give me a new one. Oh, subtract. So look at that, I'm down to 2. But before I shoot the next ball, if I press this red button, watch my points. See that? It subtracted 25,000 and it put me back to where I was so that I can complete the sequence. I get this one, and watch what happens when I get this last one. Look at what it did. So if you feel it's worth 25,000 point sacrifice to get several more balls added, then before you shoot that next ball, hit the red button and that'll all happen. Taking a look under the play field, it's pretty clean. This motor assembly I took completely apart and I relubricated every moving part. I cleaned and relubricated the whole roulette wheel. So it's all in excellent shape. All the contacts have been cleaned in here. Nice clean contacts, as well as all the flipper and all the contacts have been gone through. So it'll be a good running game. The original PC board, MPU board, is here. There is acid damage. It will occasionally power up, but sometimes not, and so don't want to mess with it anymore. Once you have acid damage like that starting, pretty much time to replace it with a new reproduction board. I have all 3 coin mechs there. Power supply is down in the cabinet to make room for a smaller headboard. All of these connections have been resoldered and are in good shape. The full plumb bob and tilt mechanism are present. There is no prop rod, so you'll just have to have a stick like this and prop it up when you want to open it. Or you can take the bottom of the playfield and come forward to this gully and then lean it backwards against the headboard, and it'll stand on its own. These are the keys, not 100% positive, but they look original to me. Headboard key and the front coin door keys. Take a look at the back glass. It's in very good condition. I don't see any peeling or flaking or bubbling. I got a little bit of a wear spot right there. I'll show you that on the back side. Let's take a look at the back. Back side is pretty clean. Someone has put a couple of pieces of black tape there, so that might be to cover up some wear spots. The light insert looks good. And inside, now you saw the power supply board that was underneath the playfield. So in here we have the older Alltech board, which does take the batteries. And if you don't want to lose all your game settings and things, high score to date, just power the game up, let it go through its 7 flashes and be fully powered up. And then while it's up, then replace the batteries and you won't lose anything. And then what I do on all my machines that needs batteries is I put the date right here when I replaced them, so I know. I just look at my machines, and if it's older than 2 years, I go and replace the batteries. The rest of these boards in really clean shape. Everything's working 100%, which I'll show you. All of the connections, the pins, have been resoldered on the PC boards so that we have good connections. The game should be 100% ready to play for you when you get it home, as long as nothing happens on the transport home. Let's go through the self-test. Alright, you see that all the light bulbs are working. That's annoying. That buzzing sound is the motor getting energized for just a brief instant. This is showing you that all the light bulbs are working, and the headboard all working. High score to date. Alright, let's go on to the next test. Alright, displays. All digits, all segments working 100%. Alright. Solenoid test. Number 11. get past that, alright, that's the soundboard, switches, and then first replay 1,300,000, just like it says, so that's all set up. Okay, back to number 11. That was the coin door mech, or the coin door solenoid, and there's the lever right here that should be on this to allow coins to come in or to reject them when the power's off. So this is missing this little armature right here. You can get one probably, or make one pretty cheaply, and that's number 11. Every other solenoid you hear click, and 12 was the relay, the flipper relay inside the headboard. So everything's been checked and working. The only one in the whole game is right there, and you don't need that to play it. For paperwork, we have the full Speakeasy manual, setup and adjustments, and all the schematics are in here. The ultimate MPU board, and then, as I said, the original CPU with quite a bit of acid damage. So this one's having problems now. But it's included just if you want originality. Oh, and there is one extra king flapper target included, and it's in excellent shape. So that's the Speakeasy, and once again, both of these machines, Lost World and Speakeasy, are both going up on eBay. Look for them under GameRoomRepair.com as the seller, or just search for Bally Speakeasy, Bally Lost World. And just like I said in the Lost World, this is sold as is, where is. I just showed you working 100%. If you want to come play it to make sure before you take off with it, or you're going to come pick it up personally at my residence in Santa Maria, you're more than welcome to do that. But if you want it shipped, you'll have to find your own shipping company, make arrangements for them to come and get it. They'll have to palletize it, they'll have to wrap it, protect it any way you want, and you'll have to insure it. You're responsible for all that. You can come pick it up for free, no charge at all on either one of these games. Once both games are sold, I will pull the video down off of YouTube so people don't see it and wonder why they don't find it on eBay for sale. Alright, also going to be sold or for sale locally on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. So any questions at all, please give me a call. My name is Kevin, 805-937-8881, or visit my website at GameRoomRepair.com. Thank you and good luck. For more information, visit GameRoomRepair.com.